What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and Derek Chisora. Get this. Tyson Fury quotes, Derek Chisora is every bit as dangerous as Oleksandr Usyk. The WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury is still planning to return to the ring in the month of December. There were negotiations to make a voluntary defense against domestic rival Anthony Joshua, but of course it fell apart. The fight was being targeted for December 3rd in Cardiff, and Fury still intends to stay busy on that date. Several outlets in the UK have named division veteran Derek Chisora as the potential opponent. Fury holds 2 wins over Chisora with a dominant decision win in 2011 and a lopsided stoppage in 2014. According to Fury, an announcement regarding his upcoming fight is coming down in the next few days. And he says, quote, I don't think anything has been signed yet, but we're about to announce next week. There will be an announcement next week of an opponent. I think we have 4 or 5 different guys who are in the hat in the running right now, and one will be selected next week, and then it will be likely Donkey Kong on December 3rd. Fury told Seconds Out. It's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which one of these guys I want to make a millionaire, because that's what we're dealing with. Whichever one I want to give the lottery ticket to, basically. While Fury did not rule out the possibility of facing Chisora next, he believes his countryman coming off a decision win over Pulev is a credible opponent if selected. He said, in my opinion, Chisora at least got a draw with Usyk. So I see Chisora every bit as dangerous as Usyk. If it is Chisora that I fight, did you watch that fight? It was a very good fight. Very close. I thought Chisora deserved a draw minimum, Fury said. I think Usyk's manager had it a draw as well. And if I remember rightly, so Chisora is no pushover. If it is Chisora, he's no pushover. And if you're not on your A game, Derek will beat the F out of you. Those are the words of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and let me counterpunch. Derek Chisora is a dangerous opponent, but then, of course, we're looking at the heavyweight division. Every fighter that can punch is dangerous. Derek Chisora can punch, so therefore he's dangerous. However, did he fight well enough against Usyk to earn a draw? In my opinion, no. I don't know where Tyson Fury got his information from that Usyk's manager thought that Derek Chisora and Oleksandr Usyk had a draw. I never heard that. In fact, I remember Derek did a good job. I mean, he was no slouch against Oleksandr Usyk, but Usyk has a way of just taking the fight away from guys and just pulling off ahead. You know, at some point in the middle to late, Usyk hits the gas, and that's how he takes off and leaves his fighters in the dust. Next thing you know, you're taking off your gloves with a couple bruises and bumps and cuts, and swells, wondering what the hell happened. Okay, that's the thing about Usyk. He is very well and very good at what he does. But is Derek Chisora any match for Tyson Fury at this point? I would think he would be less of a threat now than any other time. And I think if Tyson chooses Derek Chisora to fight him now, it would be no different than Tyson Fury all of a sudden wanting to fight Anthony Joshua. Why? Because he's coming off 2 back-to-back losses. At least Derek Chisora beat Pulev, which that was a pretty balanced fight, okay? And Pulev, of course, is older than Derek Chisora, and Derek Chisora is pushing 40. So a lot of these guys are on their way out anyhow. So if anything, and if he's doing anything for anybody, it would be Derek Chisora. But is that fight warranted? No, it's not. It's a keep busy fight like Tyson Fury likes it. He likes to pick guys that, he can have a little fun with. I feel that he can put some rounds in, since the Dillian Whyte 6-round one-sided beat down of Dillian Whyte. And Derek Chisora is no different. You know, the only thing is he just expected to get way more money because of Anthony Joshua, but wasn't willing to wait around for Joshua because I think what happened with Tyson, he realized that Anthony Joshua is a big commodity. That's, of course, why he wanted to fight him in the first place, okay, for that money. Because he knew, well, hey, let me fight him now before Usyk or before all these other fights because, you know, he may have to fight Usyk again. Who knows? You know, I think Tyson Fury, you know, believes at what he says at the time, you know, but then his mind changes so abruptly that you really don't know what to really make out of Tyson Fury from day to day. But him being as dangerous as Usyk, I think they're both dangerous in different ways. Derek Chisora has the power, but I only feel he only has the power for 6 rounds. But him fighting Parker twice, then Kubrat Pulev to 12 rounds. So, you know, he's went 36 rounds. And this, of course, is a fight where Derek Chisora looks older and older. He looked good against Kubrat Pulev, but his second Parker fight, he looked like he was lagging. He looked like he was, you know, slacking. And Joseph Parker really came to fight because he was the younger guy. He was 30 years old, or 29 probably at the time, because he's 30 now. So, you know, Derek Chisora has done well for his age, but I think his age, just like Luis Ortiz, very well may be catching up with him. I see that Kubrat Pulev win no different than I seen Luis Ortiz's win over Charles Martin. They were just 2 different fights, but I think that last hurrah is pretty much up for both guys. Okay, so if he does pick Tyson Fury and Tyson Fury goes in there and blitzes him and makes him look shitty and bad, that fight's going to be looked at very poorly because of the dominant one-sided performance we're going to see. And then the first thing people are going to say is, man, Tyson has just looked so good, but look who he's fighting. You're fighting a second guy for the 3rd time. Okay, you got recognition for fighting Deontay Wilder, you know, fair play, because Wilder's the dangerous opponent because he's a very, very hard hitter, you know. But other than that, you're overstressing your victories. You know, there's a saying that you can't get rich off of yesterday's hustle. Well, it looks like Tyson Fury's doing exactly that. Says who? Not Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury is able to do it again and again. But he did say it's other names in the hat. But I would disagree with him thinking that he's a tougher fighter than Usyk, because Usyk, he would have to be there with Usyk and be competitive with Usyk unless he hurts him or stops him. Derek Chisora is going to eventually run out of gas because he's at the end of his rope. But that first rounds from 1 to 6 is going to be dangerous because Derek Chisora will try and he will give it all he has. And I think Tyson Fury is being famous of fighting guys that don't really necessarily have the skill, but have the heart. And you see that within that fight when you see these fighters attempt to take out the Gypsy King. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury believing Derek Chisora is more dangerous than Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.